This is why it is said that the simplest rituals and the most powerful rituals begins with a bath.
Happy New Decade, everyone! How are you doing? Happy New Decade, Salt Nation! It is a wonderful day. It is definitely a wonderful Wednesday, probably one of the best Wednesdays we've ever had. And today we are celebrating the breakthrough of a brand new decade and every single thing that comes with it. So it is a day of preparation for the entire decade and an entire year to come, right? So we have something very, very special, okay, planned for you guys today. Don't think I forgot about you and I forgot about this, okay? I love New Year's. I know that New Year's are not, in essence, time isn't linear, right? So it's not like, the next day and the next day and the next year. No, it's a day in time, a moment in time. It is a moment in continuous time. But in the world we live in, it is good and it's a time that we celebrate these moments in time. Now, in Igbo culture, New Year isn't this month, right? Today is a New Year in Igbo culture. I think sometime in February is when Igbo people break the New Year. But in Western culture and in the times we live in right now, today is a new year, marks a brand new opportunity to set goals and create plans, and even financially, the beginning of a new financial quarter. So yeah, I'm super excited. I hope you guys are. Today we are going to be doing a collaboration that I have wanted to do for a very long time. So without further ado, here we go. We have a whole magical entity with us today, and I'm super excited because this is someone that I have been following for a long, long time. She's a Taurus, just like me, my Taurus sister. She is an entrepreneur. She is a diva. She is a storyteller, an amazing storyteller. And everything sourced from a very powerful, from a very in-depth Igbo perspective, right? So you know what Pop Salt and Culture is about? We're all about wellness, travel, spirituality, all from a West African perspective. So it's only natural and normal that we break this year with someone who I feel embodies that to the core. Okay, she's Igbo. She is so intelligent, very spiritually tuned, and I can't find a better person to like literally break the soil, break the earth of this new year with us. So hi, Munayeki.
Hey,
I'm
how are you?
here. I'm great. So tell me how you broke your year. Tell me how you broke this. I know time is not linear. But in the world we live in or whatever.
Yes.
So how do you feel about it?
Excited?
Yeah.
Expectant? Mm, happy?
Yeah.
And enthusiastic because you need some enthusiasm to get you through.
You absolutely do. I think people underestimate the power of positive thinking. Not just positive thinking, but getting to a level where you're actually truly excited, about whatever it is to come, knowing
Yes.
well that whatever it is that comes, it's literally working for you, and not even when it's hard and when it's difficult and when you're sad, it's always happening and working for you when you have those intentions in mind. I had to talk to someone today, a fellow YouTuber. I had to go in her comment section. She was talking about being depressed the whole of 2019 and how it broke her. And I was trying to tell her, you're here. You literally survived it. There's no way it broke you. It renewed you. know, give me your perspective and whatnot. That's a whole different thing. I'm just so excited you're here. And I popped a bottle for you. Okay. I popped a wide open Muna house.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Cheers. I should have told you to bring one. Cheers to that.
I have one.
We love to stay hydrated.
I'm a Riverine girl. There's no how you won't see variety of alcohol in my house.
Are you serious? Yeah, like it doesn't hydrate that much, but it feels good. So it's celebratory. We're so happy you're here. So today we're going to be doing something really fun, right?
Okay.
Because of the spirit of a new era, a new decade, or whatnot in the world we're in. We were discussing something about purification, right? So you guys here are super blessed because Mona Yedi is going to give us some tips on purifying yourself this new year. And then we're going to break into something else. First, the foundation is we're going to talk on purification. If you are not following Mona Yedi on her channel, Mona Yedi, you want to tell them the handle to your channel? Although I'm going to still drop it in the comment section and in the description.
175 on YouTube.
Mona Yedi 175. Yeah. So the moment that I stumbled on your channel, I remember at that time I was talking to this guy and I watched your video on Ordinani because I was getting into that. I was kind of learning how to find myself from my roots, right? And Ordinani is doing that for me in ways that I can't even explain. It changed my life completely. I stumbled on your video, changed my whole life. And I was telling, and then I stumbled on another video of yours. We were talking about embracing your feminine side, and you're talking about your beautiful beads and all that. And I said to myself, this girl is a Taurus. She has to be. And I was telling my partner at the time, I'm telling you, this girl's a Taurus. And I asked you, I'm like, are you a Taurus? And I'm just like, and when you said yes, I'm like, oh, Taurus, ruled by Venus. We love beautiful things. We love beautification of the body and everything. And so I was so drawn to you. And I'm so glad that we can do this together. But I want to talk a little bit about an event that you had in Lagos. Because you guys hold some events, so please follow her. So when these cool things happen, you're not left out. I'm doing it's for your own good. So when these cool things happen, these events that she does happens, you don't miss out on your blessing or that good energy that you need. She's incredibly knowledgeable. So you want to tell us a little bit about your event that you held recently?
It's Back Hill and Love is a guided dance rotation.
Oh, a dance rotation, you said?
A dance meditation.
Dance meditation, okay.
So what it's supposed to do for you is okay, so the dance meditation, I wrote it for people who can't sit still and meditate. I can't
either. But I can't. Continue. I'll tell you what works for me.
Find a way, and I realized that somehow I think better when I'm able to separate the parts of me. So I have to be distracted to be able to get the answers that I need. So my partner likes to joke and say, "Oh, you function in chaos," but really, truly, I function in chaos. Because at that time, it's like I'm separated in layers, and in that layers, I find answers. So I need that distraction, because when I'm too focused on looking for the answer, I can't find it. So I need some level of distraction for me to go down to that part of me that really questions and find the answer. So I wrote this meditation for people who can't sit still to meditate. It's a guided dance meditation, like I said. So we play music and I teach you how to breathe, and settle into the music until you're able to find the layers of the songs. And in that process, you're like relaxing yourself because you need to be relaxed.
So both the sound part of it and the body movement part of it, the sound.
Yeah. So the body movement. So is your mind and your body working together?
Mm-hmm.
But also there's a quiet part of you who, in that moment, is now active.
Okay.
Yes, that is focused, that is active. In that time is where you release. So we released because it was in preparation for 2020. We
Mm-hmm.
released.
Oh, mad, I missed it. Go ahead.
I should do part one for my online.
Number one would literally like be amazing. But now I might be in Lagos next year, so I'll let you know. Side note.
Yeah,
Yeah, go on.
yeah.
I'll let you know. I want to experience that, in person.
Okay. So we released,
Mm-hmm.
we forgave, and we recharged.
That's so.
So basically, that was what we did.
Mm-hmm. That is incredible. So it's interesting because when you were talking about, the dance meditation, I was thinking to myself also like we have something similar here. We have like this yoga dance practice or whatever. But I find like when I have a little bit of ADHD, I'm not gonna lie. I know some people think it doesn't exist, but I feel like I'm very scattered brain just like that, and I kind of function in chaos as well. Like I need, for example, music to sleep. I need I need something to play. I need a movie to play or something when I'm working. I need sound. I need a movie or something. I need people talking to be able to work and
You
produce.
know, I'm never read in a library.
Yeah, I'll sleep. It's too quiet.
I'll be on one page
It makes me
forever.
so mad. Like, too
Into
much.
a pack, give me a book. I'm done. Like in 30 minutes, I'll be through the book. I'm like, hey, please, you have another book.
Exactly.
That has always been with me. Like,
I completely feel where you're coming from. So, do you know what works for me? And I've always wanted to share this, and I'll do another video on that. But I realized for people who are quite unsettled like after meditation, I stumbled on it by mistake. I started doing spiritual baths last year. 2019 is just so great for me spiritually. It's amazing. I started doing spiritual baths last year, and one day I came back from work and it was at night, of course, because my hours are a little crazy. I came back around 9 o'clock. I was super tired. Threw my clothes off as usual. Ran a bath. Put my flowers in it. My leaves, my basil, my spices in it. Um, bath salts, all that stuff. Had my incense going. Where's my little? No, I'm sorry, my sage going. And I cracked my bathroom window. I put all the lights off. I filled the place with my candles, and I sat in my water in a Zen position. And in that quietness, in the water, was the first time in my entire life everything stood still. It shocked me. I almost cried. Like I could feel the slight wind, the air touch my skin. And I want everyone who's like me who can't focus in meditation to try it. Because the water meditation, girl,
this is why it is said that the simplest rituals and the most powerful rituals begins with a bath.
you think so?
Begin
Water?
with a bath. There has to be a bath somewhere.
There has to be water. And I love water so much. I'm so surprised that I'm an earth sign because I love water, but yeah. So I feel like everyone should try this at some point. People who find it hard to meditate, you can even follow my exact steps. Crack the window if you have a window in here and let a little bit of air touch you. I felt like I was outside under the stars and there was pure quietness.
You don't do that. You can just stand under your shower and do the same thing.
Yeah, amazing. But let's get into it. So we're here. I'm totally like catching up and whatnot. Let's talk about the purification ritual that you guys can do today, right? For anyone trying to break the earth into death.
Okay. So if you already know me, you know that I like to keep it simple. I don't like plenty drama. There's time for drama, but it's not all the time. And you might not always have the place for drama. So keeping it simple, on the go, built ready for flight. So it has to really be simple. First, you can just, like we were talking just now, stand under your shower.
Mm-hmm.
Two things that shouldn't go together is water and negative thoughts.
Hmm.
So even when you're drinking water, in that moment, you have to like sort of clear your mind and be positive. So drinking water, bathing with water, just be positive at that time. Now, before you get to your bath, before you get to your shower, before you get to where you're going to take that bath, you have okay. So here's something that we do. Most people tend to say, "Oh, focus on positive things.
Yeah.
Don't think about the negative things. Focus only on the positive things."
Yeah.
But we forget that we hardly have conversations with ourselves.
Not everyone's introspective. Mm-hmm.
Hardly have honest conversations with ourselves. And when you're focusing only on the positive things, you might never be cautious or you can never be aware. There has to be a balance. That you know bad things doesn't mean that you're focusing on bad things. You need to, it's like having an allergy. So if you're allergic to peanut butter or you're allergic to granules or any form of peanut anything, when you walk into a restaurant, you're going to ask, oh, please, does this have any trace of peanut inside or I'm allergic to?
Yeah.
That's not you focusing on the negative. That is you,
Acknowledging and dealing with.
yeah, with something that can harm you. You're being conscious about it. And that's why my people will say, oh, mad way past Onamania, when something is about to enter your eye, you're going to hold it so that it doesn't enter your eye. You have to stop both
Say that again in Igbo. Say that again in Igbo so that they can hear it. No, I'm serious.
Mad way pu asokpanamanya. Asokpanamanya is something like, oh, don't get into my eye.
Oh,
so you're the person who stops the don't get into my eye.
I'm getting into Anya.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. For you to be able to do that is for you to know that this thing is bad for me.
So the awareness is what's extremely important. Just be aware. The awareness is what's important. Yeah.
You're focusing on it, but you have to be aware of the things that can hurt you. Because to be cautious is not a bad thing. But it's when you become paranoid that it becomes a bad thing.
Yeah, when you allow it to consume you. Both things actually. You know what's interesting?
Caution in itself is very important. So before you get to your bath, you know the list of the things that you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want happiness. I don't want sorrow. I don't want this. I don't want that. Those are the things that you don't want. You acknowledge and you're aware of those things because you don't want them. Now, when you go under that water, under your shower, into your bath, whatever, the moment you enter that place, the only thing you're going to say is wash away all of those negative things. And you start to profess.
You say,
say, I want a beautiful life. I want wealth. I want wisdom. I want understanding. Remove every obstacle from my path. Bless me with beauty. Bless me with, at that point, even when you don't know what to say, just be calm and just be there and try and clear your mind. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you can do a salt bath. So you do a salt bath to purify.
I love what you just said because I have never really found or met or encountered a spiritual guru or spiritualist that emphasizes the intention. People, they're so obsessed with the elements. oh, salt or this or that. I've never had anyone break it down and start from the foundation of the power of the intention itself if you had nothing else. If you were in a Starbucks and closed or kidnapped somewhere, like if you had nothing else, people will start looking, oh, I don't have salt, I don't have this element and this element and this element to use. But you started off with the very intention itself. And I think that people always underlook that. That's so powerful.
Because that is where the power lies.
Mm-hmm.
If I give you fire, if you stroke it too much, you can burn down your house. If you stroke it too little, you have nothing. It will die off.
Mm-hmm.
You must maintain balance. And for you to maintain balance is for you to understand the power that you hold. You understand? You have to know that inside of you that there is something powerful, that there is something that really matters. If not, your ancestors and your chick cannot be running around doing the work for you.
It's so crazy because wait, this is exactly this people teachings exactly that just shows you how everything is always like it's a universal principle because the Japanese with their Zen theories say the same thing. The most powerful thing is to put it in the balance. There's nothing like oh evil is so terrible, oh gold is so like balance is where everything lies. It's where the full power is.
One of the first lessons I learned, my mentor said to me, I think the second time I met him, he said to me, he said, like, we don't kill witches here.
And I do Amusu Ebe. You're even so far enough to break it. That's powerful. Right. You said that. And I do Amusu Ebe.
So and I'm like, I don't have issues with them now. And he's like, it doesn't have to be about you. And then he says, if somebody comes and tells you, you know that we don't do that. Instead, we walk with
Amusu.
Yes. And then like, okay, me, I don't even think that they are bad or anything. And says,
I think it's smart to test that consciousness level of yours, bro. He's smart to test that and let you know from the jump. Amazing.
So it's one of the lessons that I learned. So it means that we have always coexisted with evil. If you don't put your hand in their oil, nobody's coming after you. Ikubakayoto, do as you are supposed to do. Evil cannot come near you because it doesn't have any business with you and you don't have any business with them.
Period.
It's when you will not have business. You buy market, you don't want to pay finish. That's where the problem.
That's where the dealing starts.
Oh, that's where there's problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if you mind your business and stay by yourself and eat your food like a good child, nobody's going to come after you. Mm-hmm. So that's the basic.
All right, so let's go into the element part of the purification. I love that. I have to meet you. I have to meet you one day. But anyways,
I think I feel like you're my sister.
Let me consider my crush and just okay. All right, let's go into the part of where you introduce another element to the purification. Talking about the salt.
So you can do a salt bath. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't have sage. I don't know what sage is. I don't think I've seen sage. But no,
there are. I'll show you
that. I use egbo leaves for cleansing.
Okay.
So I bring it all the way from my village.
Wow.
And dry. Dry. Egbo leaves. I don't know the English name. I'm sorry, but I'm very bush.
That's why this is the beauty of it. We put it on us, give us the knowledge, we do the work, and so the culture and the language doesn't die. But even if the same name is,
I'll have to find a picture because mine is all dried out now, so it doesn't really show the line, so you can't identify the plant except you know it. Okay. So that's what I use. Egbo leaves.
Egbo, okay. How do you spell it?
I think it's EGBO.
EGBO or EGO, and then okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So that's what I use to cleanse the energy because I don't know what sage is. We don't have it to decide.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
So that's taking it a step further. Sometimes I burn tobacco in purification.
Oh, okay.
It's just as the spirit leads. Sometimes I get specific requests, burn, and I do that. Now, when you have finished the bath, whichever one you choose, salt
Mm-hmm.
and water, ordinary salt.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what you can do. There are two ways you can do this, right? Get a candle, a white candle, and write all your positive intentions on the body of the candle
Oh, on the body of the candle. Nice. Okay.
and burn it. I
So
have
on the
my
wax of the candle itself.
really huge candle. I've been burning mine for a while now.
And
That's
you
not
put the
finished.
wax of the candle, because some people buy candles that are already insulated with, they come in a glass, and the candle is inside.
Okay, so that's the last one. Mine doesn't have glass in it.
So write your
So
intentions on the wax.
yes, on the wax of the candle. Now, if you are doing like a cleansing where you don't want the things that you don't want, right? You have to finish burning it. You
Oh,
have to like exhaust that candle that day.
does the color matter for the things you don't want?
I use white for the things
Oh,
I want and the things that I don't want. So I write the things that I don't want and exhaust the candle. Then for the things that I want, because I don't want it to just want it's continuous. Can
mm.
decide not to finish the candle, so I come back and I burn it. I come back, I burn it periodically.
Mm.
So I still have the one that I'm using, just somewhere there. So that's it for purification.
Okay. So salt could be, so you have salt, you have the burning of uh well, there are many
Candle.
types of leaves. You said egoli was one of them. I know sage is one of them. And some people use incense, but there are other, you just find a powerful herb or also where the spirit leads. Because maybe it could be something that, it could be a basil leaf that the spirit says, okay,
Could even be, could even be water. It could even be anything.
mm-hmm.
Anything time that your spirit tells you
And then
can do
come,
that.
and then salt as well, salt in water. Put some salt in water with your intentions. That's awesome. So in case you guys also want to know how to do a spiritual bath, I have a video on that. But I think these simple breakdowns are so important, and I did not cover those breakdowns. Which, thank you so much for that. Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on to the next segment, which is basically a list of 6 things that you need to discard in order not to self-sabotage in 2020. So, okay, Marini, let's hit number 1, the first item on the list.
Hmm. Number one, thank you. Mind your, mind your business. Focus on yourself. Thank you.
Pancake.
Talk your own. Talk your own. The one that concerns you. So I'm not saying be self-absorbed. I'm not saying be selfish. I'm just saying that you can understand that you can sympathize with other people, but don't borrow the problem
Um,
because you find.
kind of guard yourself and be self-aware, something like that. Hmm.
So you're here now. You understand that okay, this thing that is happening is bad, but you don't let it influence everything that okay. So for example, you log onto Twitter. That's my That's why I go to absorb all the janja and janja energies. And then throughout that day, your mood
Yeah.
will now be scattered.
It can change your energy as a whole. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It sometimes it can reduce your vibrations and just mess you up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even for a day, sometimes it's weeks. Because every time you go back, you pick up something, every time you go back, you pick up something. You need to understand that in this moment right now, this is real, but this is not my reality.
Mm-hmm. Whew. This is true.
Point when you log in and you read those things, it's okay to get a little angry, but not to, because this is injustice being meted out and all of those things.
It's usually the jungle justice stuff that I see that really gets me. So I know exactly
So,
what.
okay, these things are really bad. This is terrible. In this point right now, I sympathize with you and all that you're going through. It is not my reality. I'm going to borrow your anger and let it ruin my day or rule my day.
Mm.
So at that point, it banking and you just carry your car and go. So that's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the things that concern you. The first one. Banking.
I'm literally going to list each of these in Igbo in the description bar. And then if you want, of course, you can figure out when you watch the video what it is. But I will list them all in Igbo because honestly, that's where the full power of what it means is. Things are kind of lost in translation sometimes, so I feel like that.
Yeah. So I think my mantra for this new year, not I think, I know that my mantra for this year is Zeluki.
Again, say it again.
Zeluki.
Zaluke.
So it means to translate, it says to avoid uke. So you see uke coming, you move your body so that uke can pass.
Hmm.
You don't want uke to stain you because you see these
Swag,
things. Yeah.
okay. Just be swagging it.
So uke is coming, be like, sis, bro, kiss your Zeluke. You ask yourself, can this be avoided?
Hmm.
Be ignored? If I ignore this thing, will I die? You
Yeah, but then
understand?
can it be ignored?
Yeah, can it be avoided? Can it be ignored? And if it can be both things, so why can't you avoid it? You don't have to engage except it is really necessary. And sometimes you find that you engage even when it is not necessary. So before you engage, you ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it important? Can it be ignored? Can it be avoided? Then there's no need to cave the roof if it can be avoided. So you just carry yourself and go.
For
That's
other people,
second.
sorry, go ahead.
You're going to say something, darling.
I said for a lot of people, this happens in their real lives, but for a lot of people also, it's social media where you see something, someone says, "Oh, women are the scum of the earth," and sometimes what is lethargic? What I do for me? What can be cathartic for me? I will type. I will do like a whole paragraph, and then I will delete. But the boiling in me, I'll just, But what's terrible is when I like press send and I'm like, you need to read it. And I realize sometimes I want to have an educational moment with someone. I get so upset and like, I read them and then now I educate them, but I'm still like, how can you say women like this? Or, the trigger. Sometimes it's just, sometimes it's not worth
Sometimes
it.
it's enough that some people cannot recognize gold.
Mm.
They don't know the value of gold. They will never know the value of gold. That's why you give them only something that they painted like gold,
Mm.
but you never give them gold
Maybe
because
at their level of understanding.
she don't. Sometimes you just look at them and be like, "Hey, yeah,"
Mm.
and go. That you are even saying, "Hey, yeah," is the colored painting that you can give them, the painted bezel, because they don't know the value of gold. Those ones they cannot think. This person cannot even.
I feel what you're
Just
saying. Because also sometimes when it's supposed to happen for them, it will. And I start realizing that I'm projecting, I'm imposing. It's really me. They might have a weird or a messed up opinion, but it might be just me. Just keep trying to. I have the problem where I can't allow someone maybe to just go through their process. Sometimes people need to go through. They're not ready. Sometimes they are ready, but sometimes it's just you forcing and pounding, and someone needs to get there. And I try to remind myself that I said,
give them shortcut that they would never appreciate.
thank you.
They need to experience it.
Just like I came into it. Nobody could force, or beat me into it. I feel you on that.
Who things knows how to exert power. Allow the person. When you say, "Oh, don't do this every day, don't do, oh, stop, 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 stop." No. Make it, when it slaps soldier, that's when next time when you even come in the person's face like this, person will not answer you.
At all.
So people need to experience, and sometimes we need to forgive ourselves for expectation.
Yes.
We expect that other people should know certain things.
Yes.
And when you realize that that is an expectation from you and not that person's reality, just like you said, you just backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Let them come to it on their own. You
That's
can't make people see good things. It's
mm-hmm.
the gold thing. If they don't know the value, if they don't see what it is worth, they will never
Mm,
see what it is worth. And that's that for that.
mm.
And that's okay.
Exactly. No, I feel you on that. All
So
right.
that's it. That's one. Then okay. Can it be avoided? Can, and just move.
Yeah. So what's the third one then?
Okay, third one is breathe. That's it.
How we
Breathe.
underestimate this thing. Can I tell you how we underestimate the power of our breath, of just literally getting in all the oxygen from your to your spine to the toes.
Yep.
Mm.
Breathe. Because sometimes you're not breathing. Breathe. Take it in and let it out. You think you are breathing, but you're not. Sometimes it's shallow breath and it's just keeping you through the day.
Yeah.
And then you have all of these tensions riding you and hiding somewhere inside of you.
Actual breath work. And it's interesting because so if you guys did not do enough breath work in 2019, this is what you start doing now. Because it's so funny. I remember I did a video on panorama breathing, like a breathing technique, but there's so many other types of like breath work that we can cover, or maybe even you can cover in your videos, but that people just don't pay attention to. Actual breath work. I want to make sure our people understand the power and value of breath work. I know that Igbo people, we've been doing that. It's
We
part of
have.
the process. We've been doing that. So maybe at some point, maybe you can talk about like how to do actual breath work. You know,
Okay.
that's
I'll
amazing.
say that.
That's something that we really need to get into. Mhm.
So then the other one is forgive yourself. Every healing, every journey starts with forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself for expectations, forgive yourself for disappointments, forgive yourself for situation where you have found yourself that you blame yourself for,
For
but
me,
there was nothing you could do about it. Forgive yourself for situations where you are powerless.
for the things you can't control.
Yes, forgive yourself for situations where people who should know better took advantage of you. Bring it all to the front, acknowledge, accept, and lay it to rest. Like, yes, I know that XYZ happened to me. I am angry and I am unforgiven because I feel that I should have done XYX in return to what XYX did to me. But I'm still angry because I can do anything. I feel guilt, I feel ashamed. Give
Ooh, shit.
those emotions name. Give them names and then tell them bye bye.
Mm.
So you forgive yourself and you lay it all to rest. That is usually the first step to every journey and any journey that you're going to start with yourself because you need to be on a journey with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is uh, know that you're worthy.
Say that again.
Know that you are worthy.
Mm.
You don't just need to know, you need to understand in practical terms. Because we know a lot of theories
Yeah.
that we cannot practice or that we are not consciously practicing. We know like 2 million. I myself, I know like I don't know 3 billion theories from every religion and every pagan anything, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
about knowing all
No,
of those
we
things.
need to practice. God, I'm exactly like you. There are all the things that I know, but practicing it, whole different ball game.
So it's not enough to know that you are worthy if you cannot practice being worthy. In one of the ways that you can know that you're worthy is when you understand that you're worthy, you're not going to question the gift horse.
Hmm.
When the universe gives you something,
The gift
you
that you're giving, the natural gift.
and you're grateful and you receive with thanks and gratitude. You don't question to say, oh, but why is this? Why do I have this? Why do I have that? Oh, this I just asked for this thing yesterday and today it has come. Rejoice, give thanks. But because most of us, if not all of us, have subscription to suffer head mentality and poverty
Wow.
pride,
Preach.
we will now be asking, I'm like, maybe this thing. Then you try to attach a negative connotation to your gift. Don't scatter the energy of the beautiful things that are coming to you. When you ask, you need to be ready to receive. Your fist cannot be clenched and then you're expecting to receive. Nothing gets into a clenched fist, nothing. You have to be open to receiving. For you to receive, you have to be like this. You have to be open. And when you question, so you won't even see your blessings coming in. And even when they come, you're not grateful for them because you spent 250 minutes that you're supposed to use in giving thanks to question and analyze and overanalyze. And then your spirit gets to just be like, maybe next time we should just remove our face so that she can't suffer.
Preach, because, and I think that it's a concept that people don't understand, that the world we live in, like, this is just one, like, there are worlds that, that work with us, right? Like, there are elements in the world, and the crazy part is in every religion, if you really read and deep it, it's in everything. There are worlds and elements that work with us and that work for us. And that is the truth. And I feel like until we really understand that and we really tap into that and respect that, it's kind of hard because people are so plagued by this. I have to toil, I have to suffer, I have to.
I learned a lesson this year, last year. But I'm going to still do a video of how 2019 dragged me and the lessons that I learned in 2019.
Dragged.
Oh, did he drag me? Dragged me. Dragged me, broke me,
Ah,
dragged me, or dragged me inside mud, say, rolled me.
and
Like,
then put you back together.
you know, this child, you say you don't hear what I be, you think you're stubborn. Come,
I'll
let's
tell
speak.
you, girl.
And one of the lessons I learned is to shut up and eat my food like a good child.
Mm.
What happened? I've been praying and be like, oh, dear universe, give me customer. Oh. I need money to do Christmas. Oh, universe, send me money. Oh, I need money to do Christmas. Oh. And then I started to get jobs back to back. In fact, there was this particular day that I didn't sleep through the night because I needed to deliver. I didn't sleep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So and the next morning I still took on more work because the Igbo getting me
I
head
know, I
money.
know.
The Igbo getting me head money. I forgot that
Right.
rest was something that humans do. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, bring it, you big money, bring
We
it.
can do all things. We can do all things.
You know, the next day in the evening,
Yeah.
someone bought me again that she wanted something. Oh, and in the midst of typing that reply back, something inside of me just said, ah, this thing is getting too much now. Eh? Let's you not come and finish all the money now. And I realized at that point, right? I didn't even know what was happening.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that I heard a voice that said, shut up, child, sit down and eat your food.
Oof.
Funny enough, I had a guest in my house that day. So in the middle of typing, I just started laughing. You know, like I just started laughing. I laugh, 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 laugh. I sat on the ground and I laughed.
Wow.
And I wasn't just laughing,
In
just
a
laughing and how
cathartic form, like just I hear it, like I understand, I get it.
like I'm like, you have been the one, I've been pointing and saying your own garage girl. I'm like,
I know what you mean. Like you tapped into your awareness and you started looking at your own self, like, ah, so it's me who's been blocking.
stood up, went to my room, and sat on the floor and I gave thanks. And I'm like, I'm such a child. I know that I'm a child, but you know what they say with children? That when you give a child water to go and bath, the child will rub soap on the stomach and pour water.
And say I've done
And then
that.
I finish bathing. I said, oh, please, don't look at how many years I spent on this edo.
Teach me.
Doesn't count.
I'm willing.
I
I'm willing.
and I am still learning.
Mm.
And I'm still struggling to unlearn so many things.
Yeah.
At that point, I realized that I had been self-sabotaging myself. Because if I remember and somehow it is like that for all of us, if not most of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
When something good starts happening to you, you're expecting a break somewhere. So you're like, okay, so what is the catch? What
Oh,
is the catch? Why this is
it's
too good
cold.
to be?
My friend had a podcast and she called this foreboded joy. It's like you are in a moment of complete bliss and you're just like, okay, because of the way the universe is, I know something bad's about to happen. So when? Because they don't understand. Like, okay, it's just take it, enjoy it fully and completely. And I'm really that way too. And I need to stop thinking like that. Like I know the universe is balanced, but I need to just super grateful and accept.
What we're not understanding is, what if is balance being restored? Why do you think that in that moment it means that there is something? What I have started to do, or what I know, is that sometimes when we react to things this way, there's something inside of us that we need to shut down.
Mm.
There is something inside of us that hasn't healed. There is something underneath, subconsciously, that is swimming, but you haven't identified it. It's why you think that when something good is happening, there has to be something bad. But what is your definition of bad? You can't all be good.
That's a whole other topic on morale.
You know? So I'm like,
ready for that. I don't think.
Take it and go as it comes.
Yeah.
So know that you are worthy. So when the universe sends you blessings, you're not querying and using bad energy to spoil your. Don't pour and sign your own Gary, basically. Don't pour sand in your Gary. Take the Gary, put sugar inside. If you don't have sugar, put salt. If you don't have salt, put water. Cold.
Everything.
Drink your in peace. Be happy with the Gary that the universe has given you. Don't put sand inside. And most importantly, don't go where they will put sand in the Gary for you. Know that you are worthy. Because when you're worthy, you can receive. It's like you've been working. When they pay your salary, will you ask them why they're paying you your salary? If they give you bonus, you ask your guy, Oga, why are you giving me bonus? Exactly. When they give you free trips to Bahamas, you come back and say, sir, you are giving me
why you decided to give me that. What's the catch? Exactly.
Because you know you've been working, right? And this is the reward for your hard work. So when you know, it means because you already identify that you are worthy to receive that. Is why you do not question,
and it comes to you.
So when the universe gives you, don't question, collect it is your salary, drink your Gary in peace.
Like
so know that you are worthy. Gratitude is your ticket. Gratitude is your ticket.
My mom thinks this like a scenario, like a bird, like a songbird. Yeah.
Gratitude is gratitude. Very powerful. Very powerful. You know, when I used to live in Asaba, when I was in Asaba, I had one neighbor that the day her husband bought her a car, everybody heard. And it wasn't because she was saying, hey, my husband bought me car, my husband bought me car. She stood there. You know, when they say the each one she gave to man that day, I'm sure that if she said she didn't like that car and she wanted Mercedes Benz, returned that car, brought a Mercedes Benz for her. The way she praised him, like from my house, happy, like
that is so cute.
It's not me, but I was excited for the man. Like my body was just doing this.
You're not even thinking about her. You're just thinking about how he must I would estimate how he must feel. Like wow, like nothing I've done. Look at the joy it brings another human being.
And the way she was coming on corner, then she saw me and she was like, please come, my friend, please come. And I'm like,
oh my god, that's so cute.
Embarrassed, but when I got there and I saw how the man was doing,
I would totally cry.
Like if he was fair, his face would have been so red.
He was
started doing this dance. She started doing this dance and she was shaking her ball, and like everybody was like, and it hit me. It hit me because they, like people say, oh, woman rapper and all that. Oh, his wife controls him.
Oh,
And in my mind,
come on.
if your wife does all of this for you, she can control you, my dear.
Yes, no.
The display was just, and everybody knows that, oh, it's solely for this man. Like, I was like, and
So beautiful.
why, and then I understood this is why she always gets everything
She wants.
she wants.
She's good at receiving. And
She's good at receiving. And I find that it's not just with him. When you do little things for her, she's like, oh, thank you. And I'm like,
she knows
stop now. She's like, thank you now, wait first. Ah, thank you. And if someone says, she's like, ah, see what my friend gave me. Do you know she just came from Lagos and she gave me this thing. You don't want to come to your house again.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh no, no, normal thing,
Mm-hmm.
So I find that sometimes we don't even know how to do things. Just like we don't know how to receive. We don't know how to be thankful for the things that we receive.
Yeah.
No, our people say that now wait to educate and call me. When you thank the warrior for the word that he has got, you'll be ready to go for another war.
No one. Say that again because I want to hear the people.
Now what to educate and call me.
DK is the warrior, right?
Yeah.
On
So
it.
there's a peak performance. Right. So you need to know that you're thankful for everything, the air that you breathe, the soil under your feet, and every other thing. You're thankful. Oh, I'm thankful that my eyes is open. Oh, I'm thankful that my ear can hear. It doesn't have to be big things. The smallest and the simplest things work just fine. But be thankful. Oh, there's water. Oh, thank you. Oh, I just ate rice. So thank you. Everything. Thank you.
Yeah.
So gratitude is your ticket. Be thankful. Be grateful. Then the other one is pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Oh, pay attention.
Awareness.
The only way that you lights up ahead. In fact, at this point, how people have stopped your subscription from Superhead porn and all of that hard life thing. Tell them you're not doing again. Say you're not doing.
No.
Unsubscribe. I see you. No suffer again, no. So, but first of all, you need to tell them I'm not doing. My subscription has ended, so they can leave. And when you pay attention, you find out that a lot of things are easy.
Mm-hmm.
You get the prompt. Your mind tells you, your body signals you. Where there's wahala is when you don't listen to those prompts, you don't listen to those signals. That's where there's problem. But if you pay exactly,
people don't listen to.
Pay attention inside your chi is telling you some mind, everything is telling you, but because you're not paying attention, you want to do the one that you know because it's not logical.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my partner.
Yeah.
It's very logical.
Mm-hmm.
So I can be like, this thing doesn't work.
And they want the scientific reason why. Break it down. How? Why? The practical reason.
Explain why this. I say I don't know, but what I know is that it does not work. And then so we can give it 2 months later. Oh, but really, did you know that? And I'm like, share it because I'm not collecting money from you.
Exactly.
I said because I'm not open church so that you come and pay tithe, Abby. Say, oh no, but at that point you didn't give me. I said because I don't need to give you logical reason. Because when I receive my own instructions, how they ask for logical guide.
Mm-hmm.
When I receive my instructions, I do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I say, well, I'm going to get used to these things. I say, you better get, because if you're expecting me to explain why I feel that this thing is not going to work, it must be a joker. It's not going to work means it's not going to work.
I think like I need to do a whole video on how to listen to yourself because
You
it's
should.
a whole thing of its own, and it's something
Yes.
I learned the hard way. But there,
This week,
huh?
we all learn the hard way now.
Yeah. You know now, like I sometimes I just and I feel like it works. I'll just be like, spirit guides, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing, but please don't let me suffer too much to learn these things. Because usually I feel like we even acknowledge, the other side. I didn't acknowledge anything. So, but now that I'm aware after whatever I went through, now I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing and I know it's wrong. Please, also, I don't know how to get to this place. I know you're trying to tell me and I'm not following it. Please don't make me suffer too much to get there because it's what you keep fighting. You can't keep fighting it. Just listen. Sometimes just listen and obey. That's it.
Starting someone, I said the last time for me was, I think, probably 3 years ago. I was coming from my friend's house and I stopped this bike. And when I said junction, I saw myself, when I said junction to the guy, I saw myself on the floor,
Oh no.
but in my mind's eye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I saw myself that I fell from the bike.
Okay, Oga, bye bye.
No, go back. I entered the bench. Then the secondly I saw that a gate opened and hit us and I fell. Did I still come down from the bed?
You continue.
I did not. I kept going. And someone just opened the gate.
Then when you fall, you're like, I've heard.
And
People are probably just looking at you.
now the guy did not follow. It was me that fell.
Did you fall?
And I fell. And I stood up and I started laughing.
Exactly. Wow, let me tell you. So I know he's probably gonna watch, so I'm not even gonna do too much. But I was talking to someone and like I keep getting this message that tells me let it go, leave it alone. This is really not it for you. Whatever this is, it's not long term, it's not for you. And I always like and I'm like, whatever, I don't listen. And the first time I literally got like physical evidence that this is not it. Do you get it now? And I was like, fine, it was on my birthday this year. And I was like, okay, I cried. But I didn't get depressed. But I cried in a cathartic way because it was painful. But the good thing is it didn't depress me. So
because you know that's the thing.
I don't listen.
At that point you know when Nigeria say chop your L in peace. At that point you just chop your L because you know that this one
Yeah, you know. And I know it's not his fault. It's no. It's supposed to happen. Like it literally had to happen. So I try not to blame him. And fast forward Christmas, I got the exact same gift again from him, but I had and I literally started laughing.
you just
I've heard. So literally now, like I'm not upset at all because I understand. Like I couldn't get it now. Like I got it before, but then he was like, "Why are you playing? Why are you playing with us? Why are you like just
like you need to hear words, dear child."
And so now I literally just laughed and I was like, okay, leave it like that. Like, So it's just, yeah, listen to yourself. Like, just listen, pay attention and listen to your guides. Listen. I love you. But let's give them the last one. The last minute to carry
and the last one so that I can go because The last one is, let me break it into two. The last one is in two parts.
Okay.
First part is your name holds power.
Ooh.
Know your name. Know how to pronounce it. Your name cannot be Munachi and they'll ask what's your name. Munachi. What's that?
Mooney.
There's nothing like Munachi. It does not mean anything when you pronounce it that way. Know your name, know how to pronounce it. If you don't like the one you have, give yourself another one. Because when you want to communicate with your spirit guides and some part of your
They need
ancestors,
to recognize.
you need
They need
a
to.
dialect thing, so that when you make that call, there is no internet disconnection, there's no call not reachable, there's no not able to pick. There is a direct line.
This is one of our own. Hello. You recognize.
You know?
Mm.
That's not just your own people. Anybody that knows, everybody will run to your help. It's like when something happens and you come out to your house and you say, "Oko Coco," everybody around runs to you.
Mm.
There's a direct link. So this link, know your name, know the power that it holds, and know how to wield it. It's powerful. Sometimes when I used to think that my name was weird, I think that my name was somehow.
Muno,
But yes.
what does it mean? I am loyal to
Okay,
myself.
so you are going to say the full sentence. It will
Yeah.
be Muno Dimma or Muno Niede.
Muno yedi.
Dimma, you get it immediately. Right. But even when I say Muno Niede, you get it. But when I add the Dimma, you understand the full strength
Mm-hmm.
of what it is and what it means. So I
Even
just think that
the
my name
literal
is.
translation now makes a lot of sense, even with the full name. Yes. Me and myself are good.
So I asked myself that why? And then I realized how powerful my name is. Because first of all, every time you call me, you ask me a question that I can answer you or not. So if you're a bad belly person, and you're asking me and you call me Muno and you say, Muno Ebi, I'll just smile. And then in myself I'll just be like, definitely not you.
Ooh.
Because me and you know day, obviously. Because if me
Mm-hmm.
and you
Mm-hmm.
don't go bad belly. If me and you day, you
Then
will want to take me.
yeah. Ooh.
If me and you day, you want to put me first. If me and you day, if you see something that is going to harm me, you will help me to remove it. That's where Mona got it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you say Muna Yedi and I know that, I just like,
Oh, diggy. Mm-mm.
you know, Muna Yedi for Tata. I
At
don't
all.
have any business with you.
That
So
is
I really
mm, because
every time how powerful that my name is.
I
And I realize that every aspect of me holds power. It's just for me to call it first. Even my surname holds power, which I didn't know until probably in JSS one.
what
I
is it?
pronounced my
Your
I
surname?
pronounced my surname is okay in the bastardized version, which is what I get, which is what I write because that's the way that people have helped me to get it,
Mm-hmm.
is money. But it's in the true sense of the word as it should be is Ebolum Ane.
Evolumani. Annie.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm under the protection of Annie.
Ooh.
I learned that in just so when I mispronounced my name and then my teacher was like, is that how it's pronounced? And she was our sales teacher. And she says, is that how your name is pronounced? I said, yes. She said, that's not how your name is pronounced. I said, but that's how my name is pronounced. She said, when you get home, ask your father.
Ooh.
And I waited for like the whole time. I didn't forget. And immediately I went home. Asked my dad, boom, what's my surname? I said, but my teacher said, and I said, okay, this is it. This is the true. This is how to truly pronounce it. I'm like, okay. So
Hmm.
I'm under the protection of Annie. What
Wow.
what possibly can hurt me?
That is too powerful. That is too powerful.
So find now when you know your name and know
I
the
need,
power
I
it's
need to tell you something about that really before I forget, before I get to that too. It's so flipping hilarious because I remember, and I'm half Igbo and I'm half Mancon. Mancon is my Cameroonian side, and my dad is Mancon. So I will never forget because I understand my Igbo side. Like, I don't know why, but my full on energy rings bells that way, right?
yeah.
And I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna fight it. Um, First, and I feel it in me. I'm not gonna fight it. So I told my dad, I was like, I think in my 20s, I said, Dad, you know what? If you want me to hold my names and not change all of my Mancon names, you gotta tell me what my names mean. My dad knew that I was not joking. I said, I will never call myself Mambo. I will never call my last name Atanga if you don't tell me what it means. Because I know what all my Igbo names mean, and I bear them. But I will not bear the one that I don't know. So he said, I beg, let me go and get the right definition. And he asked my grandma, my grandmother, my grandparents, my grandmothers, all my grandmothers named me, and my grand aunt named me, but none of my parents named me. And so Ihoma is my first name. And I knew the both meanings for that means beautiful face and good luck. I embraced that one. Mambo, my Cameroonian, my uncle granny gave me, and I love her to pieces. Didn't know what that meant. And he told me Mbo means bananas, and Mambo, mother of yellow bananas, but which means just mother of fair people, you know, whatever that meant. And I said,
Oh,
okay, I can carry that.
but you also know that bananas, plantains don't grow in ones.
Oh,
They
that's true.
come in bunches. Perspective, baby.
Yo,
Perspective.
another angle. But I said, I can bear it. I can bear that name. I can carry that name. Like,
And I know that that's something that they used to know you people too.
wow.
So when you are a mother of bananas, you can make money because if your bananas yellow and they fine well and then they enter people's eye, you will never be poor.
Hmm. That is so true. I never tapped into that angle before. So I bore it. And when I was in high school, in Ghana, I was in high school in Ghana, they used to make fun of my last name. This one guy, used to make David, how can you watch it ever? He used to make fun of my last name because this Cameroonian girl with a funny accent. Meanwhile, I thought the Ghanaian accent was funny. Yeah.
Funny.
I was like, Ghanaian accent to kill me, but they used to laugh at my accent. And he used to call me, what kind of last name is that? Is that Tanga? Are you guys warriors? And they would laugh. And so I remember when my dad told me that, Atanga means warrior, I immediately Facebook that guy. I was like, oh my God, you were right this whole time because you laughed at me. You were 200% correct. Yeah, and so my last name does mean warrior. So,
You know when to weld the warrior part of you. You know when to weld the part of you that is going to bring beauty and riches towards you.
yeah.
You know the part of you that is going to bring plenty money to you.
And Chinuru, which is the Chichi part, means God, God's heard.
You know? You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So can she nuru you when director said like no need to talk plenty. And then you will not now be able to say this is it, universe. How do we do this? How do we go about this? Know your name,
From my name.
powers, and weld it and know how to weld it. Find a mantra, something that anchors you.
Hmm.
So it can be an element, it can be a spirit, it can be a person, it can be anything. But for me, it's animba. When it's in a difficult situation, an excitement, whatever, I just give thanks. Animba.
That's how you say it, animba,
Yes, I just say animba.
which means
So okay, how do I don't know how to explain it in English.
because it's hard for me to also explain. I'm like, how do you translate that?
Let me explain it with explanation, with description.
Hmm.
So you know that. Okay, so when we were small, growing up in the village, I mean your turn.
Okay.
Growing up in the village and then you're playing hide and seek. Okay, not hide and seek, basically. You do something to somebody and then the person is chasing you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you can run to anybody and say, for example, I can run to you and be like, oh, teach him back, teach him back. Then
Oh,
so person can,
touch you.
yes.
Oh, so they're the safety person that if you touch this
Yeah.
person, then you're safe. They can't touch you.
Yeah.
And when
So
only you're it, like if they tap someone, they transfer it to that person, and then they're now saying now you have to now change that person.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're running and anything, and then even like sometimes you can even use that trick on older people. Maybe you've done something that your mother is going to kill you to. You know that.
So
Oh,
it's different. I know that the safety if you go.
you just know that today, ah, my own don't finish. Once you just be like, come here, come and you just run maybe to your grandmother and say
And
name back. At that point, at that minute, she's not going to do anything to you until you give that.
yeah, she can't touch you. Oh, gosh.
You have to, because that is like an open declaration of war.
I get exactly what that means now. Annie is the one that the goddess that holds the earth
Yes,
goddess. You can't
yes,
touch me because
yes.
Annie, you've held me. Annie, please. I'm holding you. You can't,
No,
nobody can.
no, but you can't carry the earth. You can't fight the earth because the earth is bigger than all. It will swallow you.
Follow you.
So I think is one of my favorite prayers.
And
I'll
you
just
know I
bless it.
get it. You know I get it as an earth sign. I freaking get it because Annie to me is like the ultimate. I don't like
See,
the ultimate
if
mother.
if you just find my trouble in a way that I know that I can't, I'll just be like, Annie, please go and swallow this person.
The earth.
Just swallow this person for me because swallow this thing, swallow this issue, swallow this whatever it is.
Take care of it.
And just the way that you take care is the way that you nurture and bring forth, because inside you is where we grow everything. Everything good comes from inside you. So the way that I can say swallow is the same way that I can say bless me. It's the same way I can say nurture me. It's the same way
Out. Yeah.
let me bear fruit, because a healthy soil, a fertile soil,
Always produce.
yes, always produces. So find a mantra, find something, and then when you want to make your first prayers, and that auntie, grandmother, the one they say they hear word, that female symbol of authority that everybody's scared of. That's this one woman. Just call that ancestor to come and help you fight your battles. And
One.
And come and tell me later what happened. That's all.
That would be my maternal great grandmother. Yeah, she was a crazy one. It was wild.
I'm telling you.
I'm scared to call her for anything though.
Sometimes, because my grandmother was like a good business person. She's really good at business. So sometimes she's just like,
Call
yo,
me.
how is this gonna happen now? How one do I?
Let's do it.
I to show your skills. So everybody was there that day. They were saying, you used to do this. So I say, come and show me your skills, because you can't have a child that does not know how to do business. Well, is it you that born me?
Exactly.
You that
when I came from your bloodline.
Show me skills. So then from my dad's side used to be like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so this one. Someone actually said, oh, she's a witch. And then the person told me, I said, oh, but she's a witch.
Because she was beautiful.
Remember, like her hair was really long. Like I don't know anybody who talks about her that doesn't talk about her hair first.
Wow.
Like, don't say anything. They will just say, "Oh, her hair was so long." I'm like, people have never seen somebody with long hair before. Like, give me the gist. Give me the gist. What's hair? I know hair. You just need to oppress them with her words.
Exactly. But you are incredibly beautiful. And I mean, inside out, it literally radiates. And I think that's not something that you can hide. It has to come from inside. You can roll your eyes to tell it. It has to come from in here. And it radiates. You know what I mean? I feel blessed to have you on Pop Salt and Culture. I'm sure that my followers will feel the same. And I honestly feel like I don't care what religion you are. I don't like it doesn't matter. I don't care what you subscribe to, it doesn't matter. I feel like if you want something good that will benefit and add to your life, take the element, take what matters and take what you think will work. Take what resonates with your spirit. And I would say go to her channel. I'm putting the link right in the description in the first comment. Click on it and just receive all the blessings and beautiful things that you can receive for yourself, because there's so many gems. And what I got from her channels, the content is so incredible that there are things that you would pick here and there that would completely transform your life. And if anything, you would leave a better, more knowledgeable person, period. So yeah, thank you so much for coming, our lovely Divya. We absolutely love you. And hopefully we'll do more collaborations. And if you want me on your channel as well,
I'm looking forward to that. We have so much to do together. Like I know it, I feel it. I know it, I feel it.
When I come to Nigeria, I'm looking at you down. Let you know. I'll let you know.
When you come to Nigeria and you don't come to my house.
I'll let you know. There's no way. There's no way. I'll let you know.
You don't come to my house. Hey.
No, there's no way. I'll let you know, babe.
Hey.
But anyway, this has been the most amazing, groundbreaking, groundbreaking way to step into a brand new decade. Remember, you guys, I'm going to be honest, time is not linear. It's not linear, but in the world we live in and in the ways that we work here on earth, we've entered a new decade and we're grateful, we're thankful, and it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing, right? It's just a new opportunity to start new things, start new rituals, things that work for you. Embrace and better the old things that you used to do, the old things that our ancestors used to do, and discard of what doesn't work. Discard of what doesn't work. We are creators. We are able to manipulate the elements to work in our favor for a good intention, or whatever you need will come back to you. But I'm so glad that you came and had this breakthrough with us, Maria. I love you so much. Bye.
Reach my dad.